My name is Daryl.
My name is Robert.
And we've seen Predator.
What's more American than apple pie? Predators. A group of powerful mercenaries head to a tropical island on a covert mission. Their mission? Kill and extract. Everything's going fine until an illegal alien arrives and does a better job than our group of mercenaries. You know, I was speaking to my girl the other day, and I told her I like a little pussy. And she said to me, yeah, me too. Mine's as big as a house.
Bars. Arnold plays Dutch, who's forced to use his highly proficient Nazi skills to catch a predator. And I don't mean sending emails as a 14-year-old. Man, that word has lost a lot of stock since 1987. This is one of two Carl Weathers roles that are among his most known, and I'm just realizing he was playing both sides of the Schwarzenegger-Stallone beef. Interesting to remember, this country once had armed forces stomping around Central America like they owned the place. If I had stealth camouflage, like the Predator, I'd haunt the homes of ICE agents in their sleep.
We made it.
We made it.
We made it. We're watching Predators. Shouts out to everybody. And shouts out to you. Please, like and subscribe. We're on Spotify. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. Check us out. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. Give us a comment. Tell us what you're thinking.
Yeah, Predator, you surprised me today. I was half expecting we were going to see, I don't give a shit, I'll say it, Marty Supreme. And you had decided, actually, no, I want to watch Predator.
Well, that's why I was also thinking about Blade, because Marty Supreme is supposed to be a vampire movie. And I was just like, what's another good vampire camp?
I think that's a spoiler,
movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, it never happened.
It was his choice today, so I'm like, you want to watch Predator? Let's do it. It's one of my favorite movies. Definitely one of my favorite sci-fis. One of my top Arnold joints.
I've never seen it.
I can't believe, I'm actually learning this now.
Never seen it.
I just assumed you were rewatching it.
Nope, never seen it before. I've definitely seen like bits and pieces. Because it's such like an iconic 100%. Film.
You knew half the catchphrases, and there are many.
While we were watching it, like, it's a memeable movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was literally
seen a lot of
memes in the movie, and you're just like, oh, shit. So it's like part of, like, the zeitgeist.
100%. This is the second Arnold movie we do. I think second, right? And I went... Jingle, right. And I went heavy on the soundboard thing on the first time. Soundboard! On the first movie. And this is another one where a lot of lines are in that Arnold soundboard. So I remember using a lot of these lines on a phone call to a Chinese restaurant, ordering as Arnold a million times. At least a million times.
No, there was something about the 80s, 90s that we just
Sweet
loved
spot.
An accent, saying just a couple words.
Yeah.
And then we ate it up.
Yeah. Now, he was out here bad acting all over the place, but guns on guns.
No, but I appreciate Arnold because, like, the writers, the directors, they spoon-fed him.
Yeah.
They were like, you can't say too much.
Right.
But you can say just enough that we're going to love it. Get to the chopper.
100%.
Stick around.
Get to the chopper. Yeah.
What else did he say? He said knock knock. He said some other shit in this movie where I was just like,
you son of a bitch.
A lot of good
ones. The classic one. And then they get that shot of them gripping up for like 20 minutes. Just gripping up.
So look, this is an alien movie.
That's correct.
Right?
No pun intended or pun intended. What are we doing here?
The audience decides.
Ooh,
all right, it's your story, right?
You hit me with a multiple choice on the other episode.
It's like those old school books to choose your adventure. You have to go back, and then when you die, you're like, all right, let me know.
Note to editor, we need to develop something like that.
That'd be cool.
Anyway.
No, but for me, The Predator is kind of like the first action horror movie I think I've ever encountered.
That's a good way to put it. I will give you that between this and Aliens.
Aliens.
Where James Cameron got into the series, he took it from a straight horror.
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah.
And he made it actually what you're describing, actually. So that's an interesting...
Well, this is kind of...
I never made that connection.
It's because I'm watching this again for the first time.
Right.
And I'm just like, this is a horror movie, but with none of the horror tropes. There's not jump scares. Right. There's no jump scares.
No, but it does employ the thing of not showing you the character off rip. And kind of like playing with the suspense of that and making them scary by not showing them all the way.
Yeah, you have no idea what he looks like.
Just how he kills, you know what I mean?
But you know he wrecks everybody.
He wrecks
the whole
shop.
And I'm thinking while watching this movie, like, okay, the Predator is an iconic character.
That's correct.
He's literally in verses.
Yeah.
The Predator story has still continued and it keeps going on.
That's right.
And I was thinking, what other action star characters do you think can also battle? Because
go to toe-to-toe with the homie.
Go toe-to-toe with the homie. Because Arnold's playing Dutch. So Dutch is the main character.
He's playing Dutch. That means he's splitting the bill with the Kennedy lady that he's married to.
He's smoking all the cigars.
Right.
He gets introduced smoking a cigar. He's talking with a cigar in his mouth. The homie's name is Dutch.
The gif of him just, I smoke stogies.
And the first person, I don't know why I thought of versing a predator that I think would survive fighting the predator is Bruce Willis's character in Die Hard.
John McClane. Oh, I was wondering if you would say John McClane. Yeah.
I feel like
you feel he would survive.
I think the homie would survive.
Okay, so let's get into that because I agree he would survive, but he would not kill the predator.
He would not. Yeah.
Or you think he would kill him?
I think he's gonna do the same thing that Dutch did. An accidental. Oh, this lined up perfectly.
That's not what Dutch did.
That's exactly what Dutch did.
He set up that trap. He lured him back into it.
No. Well, the trap. So the mechanism for
we gotta get into. We can't do this in the first half.
The mechanism of the trap is what hurt him, not the trap itself.
Yeah, but I'm sure he counted for that contingency, man. This guy.
I don't know if he counted. I think he realized, oh, he's in the perfect spot. I have this advantage.
Would John McClane have made that elaborate trap?
I think so. He's a detective. He's a police officer. I think he would have.
You think down here playing mousetrap, bro? No, there's no way. He was in Vietnam. This character. He's a elite. His name is Dutch. He has a German accent. And he's fighting for America. What do you think that tells you? This guy is elite. His arms are this big. Soldiers don't have big arms, bro. That's crazy. The point is,
he's a mercenary. Right?
The point is, he's a military tactician. John McClane is a fucking cop. So I agree he'll survive. So I think he'll be resourceful and survive.
Look.
But he won't kill him.
You're either surviving means that you end up winning and killing him, or you're not. So
you're saying he'll find you. You can't survive.
No, it's either saying you win or you lose.
Okay,
you know what I mean.
So you think you'll kill him?
I think
you're saying by accident. I agree with that. I see that happening. Like
he'll blow up a building and he'll be on top of the Predator. That's how it's gonna end.
Some cool shit where like Predator has him over a cliff and then he like kind of like flips him or some dumb shit. Okay.
What about Ethan? Whatever the fuck, the homie.
Ethan Hunt. Okay, I was thinking, yeah, he would have gum that blows up.
Gum that blows up.
The thing about Predator is that his technology in '87, we even watching it now, we loved it. I think I'll speak for myself. That shit is super cool. A lot of the tech for his suit, but Ethan Hunt has the next level exploding gum and all these things that
he got accessories.
Brings.
He has literally James Bond-esque. James Bond would definitely kill the Predator, right?
Yeah. Not Jacob Elordi though.
Not Jacob Elordi.
No.
But James Bond. What about Jack Reacher? You think Jack Reacher will take him out?
I'm less familiar with him. I'll say no. He's not making it.
He's not making it?
Ethan Hunt will do it, but it will be not satisfying.
What about Eddie Murphy's character from Beverly Hills Cop?
Axel Foley. He puts a banana in his fucking breathing apparatus. He puts a banana in the shit that shoots bullets and grenades.
So Eddie Murphy's dying.
Eddie Murphy's winning.
He's winning?
Yeah. He's going to pull off the homie's mask and it's going to be Jamaican from Flatbush. That's what's going to happen.
He's going to be the vampire.
And he's going to talk like him.
He's going to be the vampire from Bronx.
Stop. In Brooklyn, by the way.
Brooklyn? Damn.
That's where he lives, by the way. Spoiler alert.
What are you going to do?
I'll give you the address right now, but I'm going to cut it out. Maybe it seems obvious to you, maybe not. John Wick. John Wick is going to win. Right?
Yes.
But it's going to be a struggle, though.
The Boogeyman? The Baba Yaga?
Baba Yaga versus Predator. We wanted to talk about other Arnold homies that would take on the Predator. Because Arnold has played all of the action roles, I feel like, himself. This totally has nothing to do with what you're saying, but I also feel like, what's his name? Sylvester Stallone could have had this part, and it would have been the same movie. Exactly. They were so I mentioned this in the intro, they were in a beef during this time. They were both doing movies just like, Rambo obviously is the biggest example. Like, it would have been swap him out for Rambo, and he would have been basically that dude.
There's an interview of him.
Oh, yeah, Rambo versus Predator. Would he take out? Yeah, he would take out.
Yeah.
With a bow and arrow.
I feel like they have the same IQ, Rambo and Dutch, right? Like, they have, like, the same level of intelligence when it comes to, like, this guerrilla warfare type stuff.
For sure. Stallone, Rambo a little more chemically imbalanced, but for sure, still very skilled, whatever. But he did, like, go to war with the police at a time in the first movie. But for sure, but still as skilled and resourceful.
Yeah,
good soldier.
Because that's one of the things that we were realizing while watching this movie, that Dutch is too smart.
Very smart. This is one of those times where they're like, okay, we can just cast Stallone to play another soldier who's badass and brolic. But let's make him smart.
Make him smart.
He knows a bunch of shit about
intuitive, perceptive.
Bruh, he could like smell shrapnel and shit like that. Like
he looked at a wound and he was just like immediately knew like this wasn't a human.
Yeah.
This wasn't an animal.
It's incredible.
This is something else.
And he also has the time to be super jacked and smoke cigars. What other Arnold? Oh, Conan would obviously take the home.
Conan?
Terminator would take the home.
I think Conan would die.
Limited tech.
Conan
Limited tech
is a barbarian.
Limited tech, yeah.
And he wouldn't be smart enough to figure out what the hell's going on.
Okay,
you're
probably right.
I bet you. So there's a whole scene where Dutch figures out, mud.
Right.
It helps. He can't
by accident.
By accident, complete accident. That character Conan, that same thing would have happened, and guess what? He would have charged him with a sword.
Right.
Like he wouldn't have put 1 and 2 together. He would have just been like, "Ooh, that was lucky. Let me attack him now."
Yeah, but he might have got him.
He might have got him.
But you're right, might have. Yeah, that's true.
But I don't think. Who else? What about the homie from Jingle All the Way?
They said Django.
Turbo Man.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx would definitely take Turbo Man.
Turbo Man versus the Predator.
No,
you don't think he has
but
a
guess
jetpack?
what? Comedy will ensue.
He has a jetpack.
He won't die. It will be an hour-and-a-half movie, but it will be funny shit going on, like Predator slipping on leaves and shit. You know what I mean?
Fucking Mario.
Silly stuff. Yeah. Sinbad comes through. Oh my lord, that was a great bird.
Sinbad as Carl Weathers' character. There we go.
Just talking shit. He would talk way better. Nobody really talks shit other than Arnold about the homie.
I hated Carl Weathers' character in this movie, by the way. He was annoying as hell.
All right, you know what? Let's cut this. We really want to get into this movie. We want to cut it right in half. We'll see you guys in a bit.
I like this movie. I didn't think I was going to like this movie.
You thought you wouldn't like it specifically, or you were not sure if you would?
I picked this movie because I thought I wouldn't like it.
Oh, and you liked it.
And I liked it.
I will say this, and I'm sure you'll agree, because I think this has to be part of it. It's a fucking beautiful movie, man. It's shot so well.
Yeah.
Every shot is like storyboard level, like fantastic. And for an action movie, and you're moving through the dark jungle, you're creating suspense, you got an invisible dude. Every shot was gorgeous. I mean, this could have just been like a... It reminded me of Conan. I'm about Conan, of course. O'Brien up there. But because it's like it was like a mystical, when he's like swimming towards the end, you know what I mean, in that river to evade the predator. Like, I don't know, this shit look dope.
No,
this shit looks dope.
No, it look. I know exactly what you're talking about, because every shot is like a panel,
mm-hmm.
and it's mostly because they were making these guys' bodies part of the characters.
That is completely correct. Yeah, I was like, Arnold's arms are like a character in themselves.
Like there was like specific shots of not just Arnold, but Carl Weathers and other characters in it, where it was just like a shot to emphasize how cool or strong they look. You know what I mean? Like
100%. One of the two things, they were either framed a particular way, or angling towards the guns. Yeah, like you mentioned, like Carl Weathers is just leaning against a tree at one point.
There's a lot of sexy in this. There's a lot of putting muscular men in sexy positions, including the Predator.
It was fetishized them. Oh yeah, please. I didn't mean to.
Like literally, there's a shot where I was looking at there, and I was like, is he supposed to be this sexy? Like, I don't understand why they positioning him like this.
He's throwing it back, bro.
The Predator was throwing it back. It makes no sense.
Without consent.
No, he was egging them on. He was like, I dare you to touch me. Like, that was literally what was happening.
He was presenting.
No, there was literally so many shots of them just like looking at what they thought was there. And then they just show for the audience the outline. And he's just like laying up like...
You saw it like that? Hair. I saw it as like he had his back arched.
His back was arched.
Oh, you saw... Okay, yeah.
But I'll hit you with one of these one time.
He might have... You don't know. He might have moved to that position.
The long hair didn't help. But there was a lot of sexy positions. Yes. There was also that huge meme of just... First of all, I don't even know if I knew that was Arnold. Like you were saying, Arnold's arms are a character. Carl Weathers' arms are a character.
Yeah, that link up.
Guns are a character.
Yeah.
Jesse Ventura's fucking ass face is a character.
So funny. He couldn't get over the... And I agree. He said it at first. I'm like, I know he has a cleft in his chin. It's not really that big of a deal. But it is very prominent.
Yeah, dude.
And it is funny.
You could just like stick it in and be like, ooh.
Oh, Lord.
You go, ooh. That's how I like. It's so deep.
Please stop.
I kept looking at it. I kept looking at it there like.
By the way, his name is Jesse the Body Ventura. Crazy thought. He a thought. And then he got an MTV shirt on. He got the nerve to wear an MTV shirt.
I'm about to put my whole body in his chin.
Oh, stop. He's still alive. You can still get at that. There's an iconic shot of him holding the Gatling gun, which is the wildest gun to ever hold, ever, and shoot, ever, to be in charge of. With the MTV shirt and just like the visual of that shirt, I'm like,
so cool.
That's a wallpaper right there, bro.
No, the Native American that they had dressed up as Wolverine, there was a bunch of cool shots of him just like with cool angles of just him holding a gun.
And how about that?
Drawn on, like, fucking chops.
That was his war paint. How about that they had the Native American be the scout, like like a dog. Like he was literally like smelling. He's like, no, there's something. He was the dog. He was a dog, right?
He was vibe checking the whole time.
He was the vibe checker.
And they were literally, it was so funny. They were like, what the fuck is wrong with him? But they were just like, yo, dude, what's wrong? Like, at the same time, they were just like, we trust him, but also, why is he like this right now?
Right. You could have also lost your mind, because Vietnam, I have to imagine, these guys are all Vietnam vets.
You know what I'm really upset about? He doesn't get an on-screen death. We just hear him scream. He does, like, he does a whole, like, I'm going to sacrifice myself for the group so they could get away type thing.
You didn't even get the honor of his death.
And then you get, like, the whole cool, I'm going to take my shirt off. We're going to do a man-on-man. I'm going to cut my chest. And then you just hear him scream.
I'm going to meet you on a primal level, one creature to another. And Predator's like, I'm super advanced, bro. I'm going to rip your goddamn spine out.
And he does.
I'll rip your goddamn spine!
I'm going to take your skin.
Yeah. I told you when you said this movie, I'm like, look, this movie's too good. We're trying to do a whack movie. Look, current reveal right now. I want to do a whack movie. She said, let's do Predator. And you know what? I can't say no because it's a great movie, but maybe I'll shit him a little bit.
Sure.
Number one, Arnold was still one of the worst actors on planet Earth during this time. And in this movie, big evidence of that. Do you agree?
The thing is, I really love Arnold.
Yeah, no, me too. And I love the movie.
And I love the use of Arnold.
Right. So you're saying like Keanu. Would you compare him to Keanu?
It's exactly that.
Okay.
Where you're like, all right, this character is not good. This person isn't good at acting.
At all.
But
like at all.
The role and the lines that they're giving this actor to do are iconic.
I think that's true of Keanu in The Matrix. Follow me. Not Keanu. I'm going to take you through there. Not Keanu in Dracula. Right? Let me give you the analogy to that. Okay. I think it's true of Arnold in Terminator 2, which you'll see at some point. Not true of him in this movie. I think some of the lines were super awkward, like still where you're like, nobody talks like that, like nobody talks like that ever on planet Earth.
No, I think everything.
But some of them were obviously great.
They were giving him Mr. Freeze like lines.
Damn, so you're giving evidence that even at that point he was not a good actor. 10, 11 years later, he still didn't get it.
I know what you mean.
I know what you mean. I'm just saying in this movie he was not used right.
No. I think
too much dialogue.
Not a good actor. Right? I think we could agree on that.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think the utility of Arnold in America cinema is fantastic.
Typically, I agree with you. Not in this movie.
You don't think in this movie?
I'm saying there were lines in this movie where I was like, I would rather
get to the chopper. People still say get to the chopper.
Listen to me.
You ugly motherfucker.
Listen to me.
People still say that.
There were other lines in this movie that were excellent, but the ones I'm talking about
stick around
were horrible. That's my point. In the best movies, all of them are great. Terminator 2, there's no bad line. There's no bad delivery. In this movie, there is. It's not the director. It's him. He sounds fucking stupid.
Conan the Barbarian, there's no lines delivered. They had that motherfucker silent as fuck.
That's what I'm saying. That's the high benchmark for Conan.
They were like, Arnold. Don't talk. Just look.
Just what I'm saying. Be. But there's a lot of shots in this movie, and moments and scenes, rather, where he's not speaking. Towards the end, it's just, he's going head to head with the homie. There's no speech. No, and those are some of the best scenes.
No, towards the later half of the film, the back end of the film where he's, spoiler alert, the only survivor. Well, not the only survivor. There's one other guy that's injured and the girl that they kidnapped. But regardless, he's basically the only survivor
Nice.
fighting the predator, and there's zero dialogue. It's just kind of like showing what's going on.
Yeah.
And I thought it dragged a little bit.
Fair.
I needed a one-liner. I needed
wanted a little more.
I needed a silly quote.
No, I hear you. There's an angle to view this movie, obviously, where it's camp. It's full camp.
Yeah.
But I think I expected, having not seen it in a while, for it to be all that, and I think it was less. I think it was like so sophisticated, like the way they shot the shit.
No.
You know what I mean?
It was really, really good until it was the 1v1.
I
feel
will
like
give
it
you-
was a
I
really
agree.
good film.
I'll give you
until
one.
It was just the 1v1 against him, because then it became like something else.
I see what you mean
It
about
became
Dragon.
an Arnold film.
For sure.
Before it wasn't. It was like a sci-fi, kind of horror action
and
movie.
a war movie. By the way, it's a war movie until you see him.
It's a war movie.
Because you think something's out there, and you know, because it's called Predator, and you see the poster probably. But it's just a war scenario where CIA and Russia and et cetera, and then now you have to contend with this.
If you were gonna see in any way besides the way that you see right now,
what kind of visual?
Where your brain is flipping everything upside down.
Right. That's how I see it at the moment.
The Predator, he has all red vision, and for whatever reason, his helmet allows him to see thermally.
It like helps. It's almost corrective, right? You would think.
Yeah, it's like corrective. He sees like the
Big
Daredevil,
glasses,
and then he puts his helmet on, and now he can see thermal.
Yeah, both suck.
What would you want to see?
What kind of vision would I have?
Night vision.
I don't want to be blind, but I gotta be honest. Daredevil might have the upper hand by having 360 sonar vision. That's tight.
That was very cool.
So maybe that plus regular vision. I don't know. Some kind of weird 3D system. If my brain could process that, that'd be
I was
sick.
thinking like bats, where like it's kind of like Daredevil, right? Where he just
Sonar.
sees like vibrations and shit.
Yeah. Something makes a sound, and then he sees the waves of it come at him.
Or everything black and white. I kind of would like a black and white world.
LOL. Just an aesthetic vibe. A French New Wave.
Not helping me at all.
No, hindering you. This guy's shit was hindering him, bro.
Colorblind, exactly.
This guy, Arnold, stumbles upon the ability to rub mud on his body and not be picked up by thermal vision. And this guy is all of a sudden fucked. He can't see a single thing.
No,
Predator.
It's horrible. He's a slave to technology.
Correct. Oh, look at this guy.
Right?
This guy knows what he's... Yes, you're right.
No, because the whole time, his equipment, all Predators are slaves to technology. And he...
They got a couple slaves, too.
Succumbs to the technology's lows. Because he gets a little wet, as we all do. And all of a sudden...
It looks like this when he gets wet.
And all of a sudden, the goggles don't work. You know what I mean?
I got a couple goggles on right now.
Running like Goggins.
Watching goggles.
Yeah.
No, yeah. No, you're 100% right about that. I like that connection. It's true. At the end of the day, straight up primal man killed him with just resourcefulness, sticks, mud,
spears,
grenades. Let's be honest,
grenades.
Though. There's a cool thing that I didn't notice the first time I watched this, but it's kind of obvious. This is a super tactical U.S. Military force coming into Central America where they're just guerrillas and they fuck shit up. And they're an example of a predator. You know what I mean? Coming over, and then you get the Predator, who's way more advanced. And
there was a really cool shot with like the Scorpion.
Yeah,
where he ended up going and like checking.
Where the character Max steps on the Scorpion. Yeah,
where he's just like taking in information. Where it's just like, okay, they could kill this guy, which is also very dangerous and deadly.
Yeah, he's just peeping game.
It's just hunting. When we were watching this, I was like, this movie and this idea has been on for so long.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
And I wanted to get to the point, if there were going to be a new Predator movie, I would want it to get to a point where the U.S. government captures a Predator, and then they have a whole bunch of elite assassins hunting.
They reverse engineer the tech.
They capture one. They have all this technology. They studied it enough to know that they're hunters of the galaxy.
Right.
And they're like, all right, let's put our top men with their equipment and try to attack him. So it becomes
like the Navy SEALs have the Predator tech.
Yeah, where it's like reverse roles, where he has nothing. The Predator himself has nothing but like sticks and like wood.
Oh, they just like have a route, they manufacture a scenario where they can fight the Predator.
They manufacture a scenario where they have 6 elite of assassins all geared up with Predator tech attacking this naked Predator
for fun.
For fun, because
Okay.
rich people are psychopaths and the government's psychopaths.
Oh, rich people. Okay. Can I add the false thing?
Oh, it could be like rich. Okay, we have captured several aliens or whatever, and now rich
Different
people,
species?
Yes, different species.
Oh, a tournament, like an
Yeah.
old school color. Okay.
And that the rich people have captured this predator and they want to just like
Thor
test it out.
Ragnarok, a la Thor Ragnarok.
I didn't see Ragnarok, but yes.
Really?
Yeah.
The one with the Hulk? The Thor movie with the Hulk? You haven't seen that one?
Is that the third one?
The third one, actually, yeah.
I don't think I saw it.
That's one. Really good. You haven't seen that?
I don't think so.
Really good.
Not, the one isn't the one with Natalie Portman the third one?
She's in 1, 2, and 4.
Then maybe
It's a lot of
fourth
Thor
one.
movies.
I didn't realize there was
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay,
Let me tell you mine. I was thinking it would be interesting if Predator landed in a society. It could be any other alien species, or it could be us at any period in our human civilization. That is a peaceful society, like monks or something like that, Gnostic people or something, and they're peaceful and they revere him as a god because he comes from he comes from a damn alien spaceship. And the Predators throughout the series visit societies all throughout every period of time, like praise about it happening with Native Americans. Great movie, by the way. It's a pretty good series. I'll talk about that in a minute.
I like Predator.
But I think that would be interesting where they revere him as a god, and maybe he's tested because his instincts are to be predatory, and maybe there's like a warring clan who's like trying to defeat the monks. So now he's like, they're like, no, chill, let them fight, like don't fight them. And he's like, no, I'm gonna eviscerate them. I don't know. This is me flushing it out now, but actually, kind of sounds kind of fun.
And what would be your catchphrase? The one line.
Did you do one?
No, I didn't do one.
Okay, yeah. Catchphrase, we gotta cast him too. Okay.
I got a catchphrase.
Go ahead.
For like a human, like American, fighting like the Predator. A one-liner when he's about to like kill,
right?
Like the Predator.
Go ahead.
It could be like, "I only buy domestic," and then whoosh.
Okay, I like that's very Dirty Harry. That's very Dirty Harry. I think mine, it's all about peace, like this Predator trying to get peace and like being a part of a monk society. And at the end, he's faced with there's a corporate overlord or something maybe that pays for the warring clan of people who are trying to kill the monks and take their land. So he's forced to like either let them take over the monks and kill them all or kill the corporate entity. And then he's finally in the boss's office, he has his little blaster thing. And then he's like, the guy's like, I thought you were peaceful. And then he goes, get a piece of this. And he blows his fucking brains out.
Get a piece of this.
Get a piece of this.
I like get a piece of this.
That's an old school tagline. Right?
Using the piece to double entendre.
I'm not trying to smell my, but isn't that a decent premise though? Like, you've seen Badlands.
I've seen the one with Adrian Brody, like when it first came out.
We saw that in theaters actually together, a very long time. But whenever that came out, we saw it together.
And I saw Badlands.
2010?
And I saw Badlands. I saw
those two movies. Okay.
I saw Alien versus Predator, but like on TV,
Spike TV or some
long time
Yeah.
ago.
It's funny. The only movies I haven't seen are those two because there's two of those, and I actually haven't seen the Shane Black one. It's crazy that Shane Black is an actor in this movie. And the same year that he starred in this movie as an actor, he wrote Lethal Weapon. Rather, he probably wrote it at a different time, but the movie came out at the same time. What a year!
No, what a year! And also, he's one of the best characters because he is trying to break the Native American character via jokes the whole time.
What would you give this movie?
What would I give this movie? This movie
I didn't think about
this. I didn't think about this either. I'm gonna give this movie a 6 out of 10. I enjoyed this movie
Strong
a lot.
or weak?
A week 6 out of 10
fair.
The lower end of the 6 out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie. I didn't expect it to go kind of like the suspense thriller route at the beginning, where you had where you had like no idea. Like, well, you had a huge idea because the opening is with a spaceship flying by Earth, and then a pod comes out of the ship. And then you don't see any aliens until like later, until you see the thermal vision, and then it kind of
you
starts
expect
bleeding
some weird's going on. Well, exactly, because you said there's already a sci-fi element introduced, so you're like, okay, I guess
it's the first thing
an alien,
it's the first thing you see, and then all of a sudden you go to like this guerrilla type warfare.
Right.
You're just like, okay, this is kind of cool. And you kind of forget about the alien shit until they start leaving like bread trails along the way where you're just like, okay, we're going to go back to this eventually.
John McTiernan, you did your goddamn thing. I'm giving this movie, because of you specifically. Otherwise, this could have been fumbled so bad. This movie could have been fumbled so bad.
No, it was...
With the effects, with the acting, with the shooting, I would give this movie an 8.7.
8.7.
8.7, yeah.
All right, that's a good rate.
Yeah, I used to say this was like my favorite sci-fi movie, and that's crazy because I had seen a million sci-fi movies at that point. And to your point, it's not really a sci-fi movie, but it has a lot of goddamn genres in there.
No, that's what it is. It's a blended mesh. I think it works well.
Yeah.
It's just, I thought it was going to be a worse movie than it is,
to
be honest with you.
Yeah, you were expecting that. That's crazy, but I'm happy that you enjoyed it. I hope y'all enjoy it. I hope you still watch it.
Please, watch The Predator. The series is still ongoing.
Yeah.
They're still making them.
Predator Balance is pretty good, even though a good friend of ours does not agree. He can kick rocks.
And so can you. Peace.
Good night, y'all.